Meeting to order. First, please join us in the salute to our nation's flag.
The flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As always, thank you for that. You might notice our microphones are working a little too well today.
Yay!
Next, we have to sit back a little, I think. It'll take some getting used to. Carol, please let the record show that Supervisors Cassiola, Savavic, Fisher, Cowden, and Gizio are in attendance. In addition, Township Manager Don Januso, Chief of Police Sean Bukovinsky, our Public Works Director Bill Watorf, our Director of Zoning Bruce Bosley, and Dan Dazra, our Township, Joe Seitz, in place of Dan Dazra, our Township Engineer, and our Solicitor Chris Volz. At this time, we do take comments from residents on any agenda items you see. If you look through the agenda, it's rather lengthy, but if you have a comment on the agenda item, please feel free to come up. If it's unrelated to the agenda, I would ask that you, item number, it's near the end of the agenda, but we will get to you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hi, Dave Martinsik, Rising Road. I have a couple comments here. I received this flyer in the mail.
Dave, we don't do political things here.
Okay, it's expenditure. It's an expenditure.
If it's expenditure, then go ahead.
Okay. Am I allowed to use the flyer?
No.
Okay. One of the supervisors, and I can name it, Cindy Fisher. She pledged not to take health insurance.
Dave, please, would you please adjust with her? I think maybe after the meeting, or even if you want to do it now, that's really not.
Well, I think it's also for the public.
This is our business meeting, though. That's just not. We just don't entertain what I consider political things in our meetings. So please bear with that.
Okay. Well, it was a promise that was broken.
We understand.
Okay. To the tune of $75,000.
Anybody else have any items that you see on the agenda that you need to comment or question on? All right, we're going to go get to some of our, we have one. Okay.
And you're 1891.
Could you pick up the microphone, please?
Those microphones are working. Get this microphone working, sir.
It will.
All right. You were supposed to have a public meeting about the new ordinance about raising livestock sometime in August. Did you have one? But yet there's going to be, according to your minutes, you're going to be voting on.
We had several hearings.
You had several hearings?
Yes. How many, Bruce?
Tell me something. If you had several hearings, why did I not find anything on your website minutes about the hearings?
Well,
what they did were, or anything?
What's the issue, though? We did advertise for those ordinances.
It's not in the minutes on your website, so that I can read about it. You understand what I'm saying?
The minutes that are on our website are just for our general, they're not for every hearing that we
Oh, you're talking? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can't hear you.
Sorry.
And I got hearing aids.
You can't hear me?
I'm hearing an echo.
Sorry.
Okay.
The minutes that are on our website currently are just for our regular meetings, not for our
But they
hearings.
are agenda meetings, right? Mm-hmm. So they should have something in there about that ordinance that you want, that you know.
It hasn't come up yet as an agenda item.
Anyhow, all right. My question is, when I purchased this property that I'm living at right now, I received the previous owner received a variance because he only has 9 acres to house at least one horse. But the variance allowed him a maximum of 2 horses. I'm just wondering how my variance is now going to be affected by the ordinance that you're going to probably vote on tonight. So who can answer that?
You can have 2 horses.
I think it's going to make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Should.
What?
You basically wouldn't have needed that variance now.
Yeah, the variance might not be necessary.
Variance will not be necessary, but yet, if my understanding is that you're probably going to be limiting the number of acres that person can have.
This ordinance is making the minimum number of acres you need to have animals smaller.
Smaller. How
Yes.
small? I mean, what?
I don't remember the exact.
I like specifics, okay? Because I mean, if it's going to be smaller, what? 7 acres, 5 acres, 1 acre?
Bruce, do you have a copy of the ordinance there? They're buried.
What are you concerned about specifically? It's a pretty
I'm just
detailed ordinance, and there is a copy in the back of the room.
There's a copy.
Is there? Are there copies of the ordinances available?
I got a copy of your minutes, and there was a copy of the thing you previously talked about at the 6 o'clock meeting. That's all I saw back there.
There's no copies back there. There wasn't when we came in of the new ordinance.
Yeah. I think he wants some.
I have it right here.
Hey, why don't you sit and read that first, and then you can question it whenever that item comes up, all right?
This was not back there. I didn't see
They must have all been picked up.
All right, fine. Okay. That's all I need to know.
All right. Anybody else? All right, just one announcement. Our Historic Society is going to meet on Wednesday, September 21st at 7 p.m. Resolution is number 1. Now I'm going to go quickly because we've gone over this with our engineer and our solicitor, and we have many to go through. For number 153, 2016, it's a subdivision plan application in the Alto Piano Phase 8. It's a revision. Joe, I think everything was in order. Everybody said.
Yeah, everything was in order for the approval of this. All our comments have been addressed.
All right, any questions or comments for Joe? Is there a motion to approve that subdivision application?
So moved.
It's been moved
Second.
and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion carries. For 154, 2016, it's a PRD master plan revision at the overlook at South Point. Joe, it's a...
Basically, this is a reduction in the number of units on the lot. The overall density is the same, and all our comments have been addressed in the plans in order for consideration.
If there's a reduction, how could the density be the same?
Sorry, there's a reduction, but there's no increase in density.
A reduction to what? What's the amount?
The lot count is reduced from 364 to 359.
All right.
Any questions? Is there a motion to approve this?
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded for that master plan revision, the overlook. The moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries. For 155, 2016, it's a subdivision plan application 2016-0020. It's in the overlook, phase 5 on Anger Road.
Again, this is in conformance with the PRD plan. It's for 28 single-family homes and 28 townhouses. All of our comments have been addressed and the plan's in order for consideration by the board.
Is that the normal phasing?
Yes.
Phase 5 was going to be next, what we expected. Are there any questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries. For 156, 2016, it's a final PRD approval for application for the McConnell Road planned residential development. We gave preliminary approval last month or 2 months ago, I think.
Correct. I believe the applicant may be here to give you a presentation on this.
Do you have, I think we had a couple of questions that you talked about you were going to address for us. Could you highlight those?
If you can remind me of the questions.
That was that long ago.
Yeah.
Basically.
Basically.
I think there are more traffic issues that you said you were looking into.
Well, we've agreed with all the conditions that the board of supervisors have passed on about the off-site improvements.
I know, I guess we had seen that, I just was hoping to, with the.
At this time, we have nothing further. We're actually surveying the intersections and looking at designs for Muse Bishop and McConnell. And then as we get into further or future phases, we'll look at the Burnside Muse Bishop intersection.
There were a lot of people in attendance that were interested in those, same thing we were, so we appreciate the effort you made.
No problem.
Anybody have any questions on that for the final PRD? There's been really no changes since the preliminary.
The overall density has actually gone down slightly. We have switched out some of the townhome units in phase 1 for single-family lots. And then also in phase 2, we're looking at some duplexes versus single-family. So the overall density has gone down 6 lots.
Will there be single family in every phase or just the first one?
That is the goal. The reason that we switched off from townhomes to single-family was to try and get a variety of product in the first phase. So everything you see on the screen in red is a single-family lot. Everything you see in green is a duplex, and everything in blue is a townhome.
And so that is less than that.
Hold on, we have a couple things for the record.
Good, Joe.
Okay, number of units has decreased.
Pull the microphone a little closer.
Okay, total number of units has decreased from 291 to 269. Density has decreased from 2.8 to 2.6. Everything else within the master plan remains the same. Conditions of approval are improvements at Muse Bishop and McConnell Road in the first phase of the project, improvements to McConnell Road in the third phase of the project, and improvements to Burnside and Muse Bishop Road in the third phase of the project as a condition of the connection of the development to Burnside Road or payment to the township for future improvements to Burnside Road, which could include connection to the development to Burnside Road. All of our other comments have been addressed.
Any questions?
Joe, what are you reading from?
Some information being provided to me regarding this.
Oh, because I'm not seeing it. Can I get a copy?
I'll get you a copy for sure.
All of those conditions are also on the PRD plan. They're noted on the PRD plan itself.
Question, Mr. Chairman. Where are the changes that you talked about?
Can you see the cursor on your screen? Okay. So in phase 1 coming off of McConnell Road, these were switched out from townhomes to single-family lots.
So they will become what color?
They are red.
They are red now.
So they are red now. This is the current plan.
Do that.
And what is the green?
The green are duplexes.
Duplexes?
Yes. The other switch was along the southern side of the Montour Trail. This area here was also townhomes. Those were converted to single-family lots. On top of the ridge between phase 2 and phase 3, these green are duplexes that were previously single-family lots.
Looks good.
So all our drawings reflecting all of the changes.
Correct.
Has the traffic plan been submitted for the turning radiuses coming off Muse Bishop to make that hard right on McConnell?
No, it has not at this time. The condition was that during final approvals before a building permit is issued, that we'll have to have that plan approved by PennDOT. We'll have to get that HOP in place.
Thank you.
And has the property been acquired, or could we educate the public for that big tree? Will that be removed, or how will you modify that intersection?
The tree at the corner of Muse Bishop and McConnell, correct. There will have to be some vegetation that will have to come down to facilitate that radius increase. After we get out and survey the intersection and actually prepare plans, we'll know exactly what will have to occur.
But
There is a larger tree that would have to come down. I believe it's actually pretty bad condition at this point.
has that been acquired, or the right of way, or the property?
It has not. We're still in discussions with the property owner.
Basically conditional approval. Any other questions? Any more? Is there a motion to approve the final PRD?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries.